friends.
Hi, friends.
Not me being completely abnormal off camera and then I'm just like, hi, friends.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well,
what?
I mean, it's who you are at this point.
I'm the most normal person that you know. You like to fight it, but I really am the most normal person you know.
And that's on self-awareness or the lack thereof.
No, that's on my self-acclaimed LIB Delulu.
LIB Delulu. Listen, this is a Delulu I cannot Delulu behind.
I get home and I'm editing that thing, and then Dami's hearing this Delulu thing and he's like, I hate that word so much. He's like, it's not even a word. I wonder who came up with it. And I'm like, well, you're about to hate this episode.
Delulu. Tell me that was for you.
Okay. Did we introduce ourselves? Did we welcome the people?
I'm Cassie J.
I'm Ore. Welcome to our little chaos here.
Little chaos.
This is happening because Cassie had 3 cookies before we went into this session.
I don't even know what that has to do with anything.
What do you call people who receive energy or thrive off of other people's energy? Yeah, that's what it is.
Extroverts.
No.
Neetu was so mean. Neetu called you a leech. I'm just saying. Neetu called you a leech. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm gonna drink my water.
Yeah, I think you should just sip your water. Just sip your water there.
Because she called you.
Well, she wasn't giving me engagement.
Listen.
Anyway, well, it's about to get really rough for you then, isn't it? Because
for Neetu or for me?
You.
I didn't call you a leech.
You.
It wasn't me.
Yes,
Don't
but
be
she's
mean to
fighting
me.
your battle, so now.
Who, Neetu, I love you, but who asked her to? I did not invite the chaos. Don't drop the chaos on me.
Anyway, a number of episodes ago, I called Cassie a Karen.
Oh my gosh. I'm still not over it. She called me a nicer,
kinder black version of a Karen.
Would you not be offended? I was offended. I am offended. The offense still courses through my veins.
If you haven't watched that episode, go watch that episode. It's called If You Don't Know, You Should Ask Someone.
If you don't know, you should ask somebody.
Just me plugging our episodes here.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I called Cassie that, and
the way I don't know where this is going.
This episode is called Find Your Inner Karen and Use Her for Good. So I found myself on a subreddit. There is actually a subreddit that's about Karens using their power for good.
Okay.
And I found myself there.
Okay.
And so I read 2 stories. One was positive and one, well, I suppose they were both positive, but it's about people just sharing stories about how they've used their Karen power for some good. So I'm just going to read the story.
So these are people who are openly embracing their Karenness.
Yes.
You know, it's interesting because there was this group of people, I think I read it on Twitter or I don't know, somewhere. But people were like, it's so offensive that we've picked the name Karen. You know, like, I've been Karen for 40 years. What do you want me to do now?
On this thread, I saw something, there was another one where it says, I wonder how the nice people who are called Karen feel about this thing. And there's these 2 women who are like, they don't actually feel anyhow about it. She was like, it's a good icebreaker for when people first meet me and find out that my name is Karen.
That's hilarious.
Or that some people will meet me and be like, oh my God, you are nothing like a Karen. And then she was like,
how reaffirming.
She goes on to say, the people who get offended by it are the people who are actually being Karens. So
we see you.
Anyway, so I found this story. Okay, so the story's a bit long, so I'm gonna have to jump and cut and whatever.
Okay.
So this first one says, so my mom has a bit of Karen in her. She just calling out your mom here.
I also just feel like if you're either a Karen or you're not a Karen. Like, what do you mean you've got a bit of Karen?
Well, that's what the journey we're going on, right? Okay. She isn't as delusional as most Karens, but she can be very frightening and will speak her mind and will be a can I speak to your manager kind of person. My favorite Karen moment of hers involves our local internet provider. We lived in a small town in Wyoming and paid extra for high-speed internet. For years, my mom played phone tag, complaining about how the internet was slow. No response. So one day, she's had enough. She prepares herself for war.
For years. That's what that statement says. So this is not a new problem.
No, it's been ongoing.
It's been going.
And she's been paying for high speed, but the internet is super slow. So she prepares herself for war. With the fury of 1,000 burning suns, she starts inflicting her rage upon the unsuspecting employees. She has no mercy.
Did she physically go in or did she call?
Calls.
Okay.
I think she did. Or maybe she went in. I don't know. She wants answers and she wants them now. She slowly works her way to the top of the food chain to find out that the current infrastructure is incapable of actually providing high-speed internet, but that she's been paying for that. So they offer her a year of free internet as compensation. My mom takes it and then makes sure to purchase an ad in the local paper to let the town know that the internet company has been scamming them all for years with the high-speed internet claim. It's not coming. There's no high speed. Mom takes an ad.
Wild.
My mom is well loved in our town.
I believe that.
I'm with you.
1000% believe that. She woke up because for me, I don't even want to be like you chose violence. You
didn't choose violence, but it was time.
What violence did she choose?
It was time because that's the bit where she goes. She starts inflicting her rage upon the unsuspecting employees because now everyone is catching strays. You know about it. You don't know about it.
The internet provider chose violence when they decided to lie. You chose the violence. You brought this Karen on yourself. I don't even want to call her a Karen.
That's why she said a bit of a Karen.
For me, there is no Karen in that statement. She's a superhero. She's a justice provider. I don't know what you want to call her.
Mom
that
took
is
1000% to be like, listen here, people of the town.
That's an energy I can get
1000.
behind.
That's the kind of person I want to be. I don't have it. Not even a little bit. I don't have it. No,
you do. You do have it. I've seen you like rock people.
Yes, but not for good. I rocked them because I was upset.
You were upset because they had done something worthy of being like, you can't pay for something, have that thing not arrive. Yeah. And now what? We must be fine. After many weeks, months in this particular case, waiting.
Yeah.
You rocked them because they deserved to be rocked. So you do have it in you.
Okay, so then the second story, it comes with like a different angle on how to like tap into your inner Karen. So this person, I
don't know that we need more Karens in the world.
When I read the story, based off of what her mom just did, like the whole town has been paying you. So they were just getting wealthy, and people were struggling with poor internet. And I've dealt with that thing. Let me tell you, it's not fun. It's not cute.
Fun.
It's not cute.
You can't get anything done.
We were trying to do Dropbox the other day for 4 days.
I don't even want to talk about it. Like my anxiety.
Cassie was so upset.
My anxiety cannot deal.
So upset.
My anxiety can't
And then
cope.
we send it to someone else, and he downloads in 3 hours?
Like 3 hours. Hundreds of gigabytes.
So this person's story, before I go into it, he was basically saying that you need the way to. So his perspective is not so much about like just being a Karen for the sake of being a Karen or using your Karen powers for good. His is more about putting the Karens in their place.
Okay.
He's like, we need more justice in the world for the people that have been affected by these badly behaved individuals.
Embrace your inner Karen to fight the Karens?
Yeah, so he's basically saying you need to out-Karen a Karen.
I just see chaos, but okay.
He's saying you need to out-Karen a Karen.
I just see chaos, but okay.
And then I again, on this subreddit, I go into something else. And apparently, there's another classification that it's called that says that what you need to do for a Karen is be a Carol. Now, Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel in the MCU. And like she's all about fighting for justice and fighting for the little man and peace. Marvel
Girl. Comic universe. Did I get that right?
No.
Not even.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, I got one letter wrong.
How are we friends?
I got one letter wrong.
Just how are we friends?
One letter wrong.
Cassie has not watched anything.
No, that's a lie. Can you tell the story right?
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
You've watched like one Iron Man.
Thank you. Yes.
And then you've watched half of Endgame, because Endgame is 2 parts.
I haven't watched either of the end games.
So I'm being generous. Which one have you watched?
I watched Iron Man 1. I watched Avengers.
Which one?
The first one.
She doesn't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the first one. I watched Iron Man. I watched Avengers. I've watched Doctor Strange.
Which one?
Oh, there's more than one? I watched one of those. Just one.
Okay.
I watched, I nearly said Batman versus Superman, but I stopped myself because that's DC. I know that. And then I watched...
Good for you. You know that.
I watched Black Panther.
Which one?
The first one. That's it. That's all I've watched from Marvel.
Okay, well, Captain Marvel is...
That's definitely gonna be a reel. I can't.
Thanks, me too.
Anyway, so he's basically like someone else, not him. Someone else was saying what you need to do with Karens is you need to not be a Karen, but be a Carol.
Yeah.
So like you're more fighting for peace and justice and
all
of that.
All things good.
All things good. So I'm going to read his story because I actually learned a very important lesson from this. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm the kind of person that when someone has behaved badly, like someone has been the worst, and the waterworks come on, I'll let it go. I'm like, I'll let it go. It's fine. Like even though I know that I'm being cheated and I'm being taken for a ride, I'll let it go. I can't deal with someone who's crying now. But
when they start crying.
When they start crying. No, when they start crying.
I have this really unfortunate thing where I'm very angry and I start to cry.
Yeah, I know this.
I get so mad and then I want to cry, but then everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it's okay." And I'm just like, "I'm not sad. I'm mad. I'm so mad."
Okay, so let me read you the story.
Yeah.
Yo, this thing is long. Okay, we're gonna figure it out.
Story time.
Story time, I know. Okay, so this guy lives in an apartment complex and has like different security guards. And on this one day, he's coming out of the building and there's a Karen there at the reception, and she's speaking to someone. And she's not paying attention to her daughter.
Okay.
So then the daughter runs out.
The daughter's young.
The daughter's young. Runs out the building and is about to run into the street.
Oh, no.
And the security guard, who he says is an African person, sees the daughter and quickly runs from his post and grabs her just before she goes on the street.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this is the moment.
This is the moment the Karen sees it.
This is the moment that Karen sees it.
Of course.
So Karen turns around and sees him just pulling her daughter back and loses her shit and says he's a pedophile.
Oh my
he's
gosh.
trying to rape her daughter.
Oh my gosh.
Call the police, get him arrested. She goes on this whole journey, and this person who's like an observer sees it and is like, "Hi, ma'am. No. I saw the whole thing. You were speaking to someone. Your daughter nearly ran into the street, so he pulled her back. He literally saved her life." And he calls out that he is a person of South Asian. Yeah, he's South Asian. And he says that in her rage, the Karen turns on him and says, "Even you're a pedophile. Even you want to have something with my daughter. I'm not having it." And is screaming at them, yelling obscenities at them, goes on a whole journey.
What?
And so he says, she's basically accused both of them of being a rapist and threatening to have them hung, drawn, and quartered. Just like,
good grief.
2024. And he says the poor security guard looks like he wants to curl up and die.
Shame. And
then while Karen is yelling at the two of them, the receptionist comes out and starts to record this interaction. And Karen doesn't see, she's still yelling, like she's losing it. So then he says to her, "Ma'am, I'm going to call the cops." And she's like, "Yes, call the police. I want the two of you gone. I want you escorted off the premises." So he calls the police, and when the police arrive,
oh my gosh,
the first thing the police do is look at the CCTV footage.
Of course.
And they can see clear as day that the security guard rescued the daughter. And now that it's being played for Karen to see, now she wants to start crying. Now she's going, she was having a bad day. She lost her mind because she saw her daughter was in danger. And she just took leave of... She was basically putting on an insanity defense in that moment.
Literally... Makes me angry.
So the cops asked this South Asian guy, do you still want to file? He's like, yes, please. So he files.
Files what?
Like he files, he filed a complaint and said that she, like slander.
Yes.
Assault.
Yes.
Like he just filed a bunch of things.
1000%. He did the right thing.
And then he files and the police go away. And then apparently she gets notified. The story is long, I know. But she comes to his house, his apartment, to come appeal to him. And he's just like, I'm not letting you in my house.
How
now
did
you'll
she
say,
find out
I don't
where
know. She
he
found
lived?
out. They live in the same building.
Okay.
They live in the same building. This happened in their building.
Okay. I was about to be like, Karen, girl.
And he's like, I'm not talking to you because if I let you in, you're going to say I did something else. Go away. Now she and the husband are coming. They're crying. They're begging.
Karen's husband is now here.
Yes. And now when he's saying, no, guys, I'm still filing, she starts yelling at him again. You're being unfair.
No.
You're being unjust. It was a da-da-da. It was this. It was that. And the husband is making the excuse that, I'm so sorry. Her parents just passed.
Nope.
And so she's under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress.
Everywhere.
And the guy's like...
Life happens everywhere. Sorry.
So he says to the landlord, please, I need to put a doorbell in front of my door because they keep coming. I don't want to interact. And the landlord says to them, this was where it was wild for me. Do you want to file a complaint so we can evict her? Because you're not the first person she's done this to. She's gotten gardeners fired. She's gotten cleaning staff fired. She's done this to so many people. Incredible. You're not the first one.
Incredible.
And so he sat and he was like, she's crying. And he was like, I'm not going to be the reason why they lose their home. But this Karen, she must get her comeuppance. The things that's coming for her. So he files it. The cops are like, are you sure? He's like, yes, please. Yeah. 3 days later, are you sure? Yes, please. He hires a lawyer. He's like, the cops shouldn't even contact me. I'm not changing my mind. I don't care that she's cried. I don't care that your parents died. And now because he's heard that you've done this to so many people. So I'm like, I would have backed down the moment she started crying. I would have let it go. And do you know what that would have done?
Saying.
She will arrive another day
and torture someone else. 100%.
She will keep doing it until she actually has to deal with the consequences of her actions.
100%. This guy, I'm gonna call him Sam. Sam did the things.
Sam did the things
to stand to take that stand. Because I hear what you're saying. Because what happens is they are so good at the tears,
right?
And they come in and they engage
of it.
It's the gaslighting, the manipulation. It's wild. But Sam did the right thing because by standing up now, he's 100% protected the next person.
Exactly.
Like he's 100% protected the next poor person who's probably there just trying to do their job, just trying to make a living, just trying to support their family.
So that's why I was like, I support this. I back it.
I fully back this.
The only way.
Now, my question is, this is a Carol, not a Karen.
He's being a Carol because he's like the just thing to do. Like for justice to prevail, you need to go and pay the fine.
Do something
or
about
apparently
it.
She might do like a month in jail. He's like, you need to face that.
Good.
Maybe if you face that one time,
you'll learn something.
Maybe you'll learn something. Because
how does the story end? Did she go to jail?
There was an update on that.
I love it. Give me.
There was an update.
I also just want to say, like, everyone in the studio also is just like...
There was an update, but he didn't. We don't know what, like, if she goes to jail or what. The only update is like it's been a couple weeks, and apparently he's received, when he posted it, he received a lot of support online where people are like, do not back down. Don't back down. You're not in the wrong here. Don't back down. And he's like, that it has actually, the complaint has been filed officially in court. And he's been told that the process might take some time.
That's okay.
But like, he's got nothing left to do. They will contact her. He's got a lawyer. The lawyer has been paid. He even went to the security guard and was like, look, man, if you want to join my complaint, I will pay for it.
Amazing.
But the guy was like, no, it's fine. Because I'm sure he's also just afraid of losing his job. Or just
trying to make it through the day.
So the update is just that it's in the courts now. And Karen will get whatever the courts decide.
The court process takes too long, though. Because I'm like...
This is the reason why you have jungle justice.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Because I'm just like, not only does it take too long because justice must be served, but like, when do I learn the end of the story?
But you'll know when the case gets resolved in court, I suppose.
How?
I don't know.
How will I know?
If you filed.
No, but I'm saying, Cassie, I want to know the end of the story. How will I find out what happens?
I've arrived now. Okay.
How will I find out what happens?
But I think for me, I was just like, I was glad that he did it because Ora would have let it go.
Would have let it go.
Ora would have let it go.
I'm
and
trying
she'd just
to think what I would have done.
You.
I really want you to unpack that you. It's like soldier voice out here. You.
I'm already in trouble for the initial comment.
You
and here
are
I'm
in
about
trouble.
to go.
Here, go again.
No,
go again.
no,
go
ma'am.
again. You want to tell me I'm a Karen? Tell me I'm a Karen.
Will you take Carol?
Do you think I'm a Carol?
I did say you were a nicer kind of version. I didn't know like that anything called a Carol exists.
So are you?
And now
are you
that
calling
I know,
me a Carol?
Okay, I call bullshit on myself.
Are you? No, I'm saying, are you calling me a Carol?
I call bullshit on myself.
Am I a Carol?
She's not a Karen, she's a Carol.
I can rest.
I take it back. I take it back.
I can rest.
I call bullshit on myself. It's fine.
I can rest.
Yes, because I
can
didn't
breathe
know.
easy.
I only when I went down.
I dream
this
about
trip-
it at night.
Haibo, you're being serious.
Karen.
You were being dramatic.
Silly. But
I didn't know there was anything
I'm
called
with
a
you.
Carol.
I'm with you.
But that's all like, you're like a nicer kind of, because Cassie will stand up for it. Like you're not going to let it slide just because you feel you have a right to be badly behaved. What is that?
Yeah,
No.
injustice really annoys me.
Yeah.
Like a big injustice, of course, but even
It's
the
like
little
that
ones,
day-
I'm like, it's not okay, and someone needs to tell you.
It's like that day we
that
went
it's not
to
fine.
Lillian's birthday. And
yeah.
they'd included a cost on the bill that they hadn't told us
Yes,
about or whatever.
that annoys me.
Or I would have just paid it for peace. Cassie was like, no. Why is this
Why
here?
am I paying
Why am I
you
paying for
more
something?
because
Yeah.
you failed to communicate something to me? I don't care that I can afford it. I don't care that it's a small amount of money.
Because people
It's
size
not-
you up and think,
it's
this one
not
can pay.
right.
That happened to us.
When?
Our hair salon.
Oh my gosh. This hair salon, what a journey. So Ora and I have this hair salon that we used to go to. Used to being the operative words here.
Keyword.
In here in Dubai. I'm not gonna say where it is. But we went there and we would go there like regularly.
Yeah.
Like we are regulars. They see us, they know us, they all of the things. They engage with us often. And the one time I went without you, and where I was sitting, I could hear the ladies at reception from my chair where I was getting my hair done. But you're looking at a mirror and then there's a wall and then the reception is around the corner.
Yeah.
So they obviously thought I couldn't hear what they were saying. And we were coming to the end of my treatment. And the lady who was doing my hair was busy setting, and she went around to go and prepare the bill. And I hear her say, "Oh, isn't this on special? Like this style is discounted."
Yeah.
And the other lady responded, "No, give this one full price. She can afford it."
Sure. I was mad when I heard this thing.
I was like, "Excuse me." This was me peeking my head around, going like, ma'am. Sorry, me too. I'm not about the mic, but ma'am. I peeked my head around. I said, "Excuse me, what? Like, not cool. I will be paying and it was like a 50% discount.
Yeah.
I will be paying the discounted rates." So anyway, so I pay and then I leave. And you could sense that it was tense. You know, they were
because now they've
sheepish
just
about it.
decided that you can afford something, and so they should rip you off. That's not cool.
It's not cool. Like, it's not cool at all.
And so we stopped going there.
We absolutely stopped going there. Absolutely. But my thing is that like in the moment, I called them out.
You spoke up, yeah.
I called them out because I'm like, nah, guys, it's not right. Irrespective of whether I can afford it or not, that's not the point. It's not right.
In that one, I think I would have called it out because there's no way I'm paying full price when it's half price. You know, I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, when it's about money.
That one. But when it's like something very little, and I'm just like, this thing doesn't really inconvenience me. It seems like this thing is making your whole life work. It's fine. You can have it.
Look, there's wisdom also in choosing your battles.
Yes.
Right? There's definitely wisdom in choosing your battles, and not everything needs to be attacked, managed,
No,
handled,
of course.
right? But I think for me, the thing inside of me, it irks me. Like when there is, call it an injustice, call it a lack of principle, it makes me mad.
Yeah.
And I have to call it out. Like, because I don't like this idea of you walking around thinking you got away with it this time. You can get away with it again.
No,
like it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, and I feel like you need to know. So I tell you.
I think that the takeaway is speaking up when you see injustice done. And there's this hashtag in Nigeria that happened. It came about, unfortunately, during the October 22nd massacre in Lekki that the government still denies happened. But it basically was hashtag Sorosoke, which basically means speak up. So like if you see injustice, don't keep quiet, speak up. This thing where we just bring our phones out and we record.
Sure.
So we can post it.
Oh my gosh, you haven't watched Black Mirror.
Well, I've watched those two episodes that...
This is one... Can I tell you?
No, don't tell me. I want to watch it.
Never mind then. I don't have a story. I have no comment. I have nothing to say.
Tell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you. Go
Okay,
watch it.
Fine.
For everybody else, or just... Okay. Joking, I'm kidding. But yes, there's an episode of Black Mirror that tackles this whole thing, like where injustice is happening, something is going on, but instead of people stepping up and helping, everyone's just filming this experience on their phone.
Yeah.
White Bear, exactly. That episode is wild.
Yeah. Anyway, I was about to go on a rant about how the reason I haven't actually watched Black Mirror is you, but like I'm gonna save it for another day because now we've watched 2 episodes.
We have watched 2 episodes.
She's redeemed herself. It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't know what you promised. Anyway, my takeaway is be a Carol. Don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen. Be a Carol.
But like,
speak up for injustice.
Don't let Karens get away with things. I think something I want to call out is that for me, the way you speak to wait staff, it tells a lot about who you are as a person.
Says a lot about who you are.
Because I've been in it. I told you this. I was at the nail salon and this woman was just yelling at the girls. She was just yelling at the girls, and I was just like. But what I should have done in that moment is just like, ma'am, it's really not that deep.
What do you think is going to happen the louder you speak?
Just tell her like it's not that deep.
Yeah.
So I think the problem is finding a happy medium. Aura is on the one extreme where and you know this, when they're doing my nails and they're doing it wrong, sometimes I will just keep quiet and let it happen and go home and hate it.
Yeah.
This woman is on the other extreme where the girl can't even breathe and she's just yelling at her. Happy medium is, and I saw this woman's comment going, a good way to do it is don't pretend like you like what's happening and say nothing and then go home or go out and bitch about it to everyone else and ruin the reputation. In the moment, politely and kindly say, excuse me, ma'am, this is not working for me. This is not what I asked for. This is not what I asked for. Can we try this? Can we change this? Can we do that? So like, I think that that's something that we should all learn to do. Like, speak up, Sorosoke, but at the same time, do it kindly and politely. For being fully aware that people are battling with struggles and things you don't even know about. People are having a bad day, you don't know about it. So, be a Carol.
Be a Carol.
Don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen. That's another thing. It could be a song, but...
What? Be a Carol, don't be a Karen.
Yeah, or he doesn't like it when I suggest songs.
What?
Look at your face. It says all the things.
Sing a song. Sing it.
Sing what song?
The Karen.
I don't have it yet.
Okay.
Don't be a Carol. No. Don't be a Karen. Be a Carol.
You know what you sound like?
What?
Phoebe.
Phoebe who?
Friends.
I'm okay with that. She's the best one.
Slightly unhinged.
She's the best one.
It tracks. The two of you would have been besties.
The whole day casting.
I know. I have been singing all day.
You've had Phoebe energy the whole day. She's right.
I know.
Anyway, thanks for joining us in this episode.
Thanks for being here.
Go out into the world. Spread some goodness. Spread some kindness. Don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen. Be a Carol.
Come and say hi on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Come and subscribe, like, share, comment, do all of the things on Apple, Spotify. I did good today.
You did so good. You got all of them.
All right, for president.
Okay.
See, can't even back me. Can't back my presidential campaign, and I'm the terrible friend.
I back your presidential campaign, but not off the basis of you memorizing 3 lines.
I mean, what is a presidency? It's learning to just address the people because you're not the one doing all of the work anyway.
And
on that
note, not going to dive into this political chat. Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. You can also watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.